The UK might not be the greatest place in the world for rides and roller coasters, but we've got some weird and wonderful ones. I'm Ben, you're watching Ride Comparisons, and today we're going to try our absolute best to rank the top 50 rides and roller coasters in the UK.
You are now starting your correctional process. You are now embarking on an optical procedure.
Did I miss anything off the list, guys, or did I miss one of your favourite rides or roller coasters? Drop it below in the comment section. Here we go. Starting our video at number 50, we've got the Big Dipper at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This roller coaster is 100 years old and created by a manufacturer I haven't heard of before, Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters Incorporated. Fun fact about the Big Dipper, in 1998 a man named Richard got the Guinness Book of World Records for riding it for 1,000 hours. That's nearly 41 days. How did this man go to the toilet? Personally, we love the Big Dipper. It's got a lot of history, but we can find it to be a little bit rough. At number 49, we've got Monkey Mayhem. Located at West Midlands Safari Park, this crazy mouse is 26 years old and manufactured by Revachon Industries. I know what you're thinking, a crazy mouse above a classic Woody? This list is mayhem already, but the intensity of it, I just had to add it to the list. That is the most intense crazy mouse coaster I've ever been on. What do you think?
I loved it.
At number 48, we've got Deep Sea Adventure. Located at Legoland Windsor, this attraction is 13 years old and made by a manufacturer called Mack Rides. I'm pretty sure you've all heard of him. This one had to be on the list, guys, because you get the chance to go in a real submarine and go under the water and see the fish. And for all of you out there that have kiddies, it's absolutely magical. So make sure you grab the family, get to Legoland and have a deep sea adventure of your own. This is one unique attraction. At number 47, we've got Double Tea Party. Located at Fort Park, these teacups are 38 years old and created by Mack Rides. Why is this on the list? Because it's got an awesome theme song and they spin so fast. At number 46, arguably the best coaster on this list, we've got the Flying Fish. Located at Fort Park, this roller coaster is 40 years old and was Fort Park's first roller coaster. Created by Mack Rides. Are you ready to fly the fish? Very controversial. Us Brits will say it's the best ride in the UK. So get your family down and prepare to fly the fish. At number 45, we've got the Dragon Coaster. Located at Legoland Windsor, this roller coaster is 26 years old. Created by WGH Transportation Industries, this great roller coaster starts off with a dark ride section and is a great childhood memory in all of the minds of us Brits. Legoland might not be the greatest theme park in the UK for thrills or adults, but it will fill your children with memories that will last forever. At number 44, we've got Flight of the Pterosaur. Located at Paultons Park, this roller coaster is 8 years old and manufactured by Vekoma, being the only inverted coaster in the UK to feature lap bars at a family park like Paultons Park. How scary is that for the kiddies? At number 43, we've got Velocity. Located at Flamingo Land, this roller coaster is 19 years old and manufactured by Vekoma. This motorbike-themed launch coaster is a real treat and the only one of its kind in the UK. Just make sure before you get on it you take everything out your pockets because it can get extremely uncomfortable. Also to mention, the old school rock they play in the queue line really adds to the motorbike theming and it gets me immersed every time. Josh's first time on it, what did you think?
That was pretty good, to be honest.
At number 42, we've got Pterodactyl. Located at Flamingo Land, this terrifying starflyer is 12 years old and manufactured by Zamperla. It might not be the tallest starflyer in the UK, but it's definitely the most terrifying, swinging side to side at over 90 degrees, offering awesome sights of the park. Pterodactyl really is terrifying. This is the absolute worst one of these ever.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, get me down. How long does it last? How long? Oh my god. Oh, sweet ground. Oh, sweet ground. At number 41, we've got Tidal Wave. Located at Fort Park, this absolute soaker is 24 years old and manufactured by Hopkins Ride. When Tidal Wave first opened, it was the tallest water ride in Europe. If you're planning a ride, bring towels and spare pairs of clothes. This really is a soaker. At number 40, we've got Detonator. Located at Fort Park, this drop tower is 23 years old and created by Fabry Group. With the removal of Apocalypse at Drayton Manor, it's now the best drop tower in the UK, and Fort Park didn't even want it as a permanent attraction, they just kept it out of popularity. The ride operator can release the ride at any time and it makes for a great experience.
Wiggle your legs, I know you're paying attention. Wiggle your legs. Very good, you're very much paying attention. Right, in 1666, Sir Isaac Newton discovered the laws of gravity when an apple fell on his head. Now let's find out what an apple felt like, shall we? In 3, 2, 1.
At number 39, we've got the Curse of Alton Manor. Located at Alton Towers, this is a newly re-themed attraction, which was originally created by Mack Rides. Formerly a shooting dark ride called Duel, this ride is now completely transformed into something new. Let me know in the comments which one you preferred. At number 38, we've got Cliffhanger. Located at Flamingo Land, this shot tower is 22 years old and created by SNS. Now there's loads of SNS shot towers worldwide, but this is definitely the best one in the UK, offering views for miles.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Woo! Oh my God!
At number 37, we've got Mumbo Jumbo. Located at Flamingo Land, this roller coaster is 15 years old and created by SNS. The restraints are a bit uncomfortable and it can be a little bit clunky, but nothing takes away from how intense it is. Definitely one not to be missed.
Oh my God! That's a lot better than I remember.
At number 36, we've got Colossus. Located at Fort Park, this roller coaster is 22 years old and manufactured by Intamin. When Colossus first opened at Fort Park, it held the inversion record, featuring 10 inversions, a real Intamin classic. I'd put it a lot higher on this list, but unfortunately, the restraints are terrible. At number 35, we've got Lightning 360. Located at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, this flat ride is 4 years old and created by Zamperla. Lightning 360 was the first of its kind, specifically made for Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. It has controls on it and you can spend the whole ride upside down if you want to. One unique attraction. At number 34, we've got Shockwave. Located at Drayton Manor, this roller coaster is 30 years old and manufactured by Intamin. Shockwave was the only roller coaster in the UK where you could stand up while riding. What an experience. Unfortunately, Drayton Manor are taking more of a family route. They'll be reopening it this year, taking away the shock, turning it into wave, adding lap bars, and possibly shooting right to the bottom of this list. At number 33, we've got Rita. The former Queen of Speed is located at Alton Towers and is 19 years old. Manufactured by Intamin, this really is a great classic coaster. Unfortunately, Rita can be a little bit rough, so it does get a bit of a bad rap, but with hydraulic launches being on their way out, we might as well enjoy it while we can. Not sure how much longer Rita's gonna last, but you've gotta love this classic.
Hold on tight. You must escape. Go!
At number 32, we have Revolution at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This roller coaster is 44 years old and created by Aerodynamics. Make sure you stand behind the yellow line.
There goes Revolution, the most thrilling and exciting ride of your life.
Please stand behind the yellow line.
Please stand behind the yellow line.
At number 31, we've got Axis. Located at Adventure Island, this flat ride is 5 years old and manufactured by SBF Visa Group. Axis is the largest pendulum swinging ride in the UK that goes upside down, but unfortunately lacks forces. At number 30, we've got Stormforce 10. Located at Drayton Manor and probably the best flume ride in the UK, this flume ride is 25 years old and created by Bear GmbH. At number 29, we've got Spinball Whizzer. Located at Alton Towers, this spinner is 20 years old and manufactured by Mora Rides. Spinball Whizzer isn't the greatest spinner in the UK, but it's a lot of fun, and with such an awesome soundtrack, we just had to include it on the list. At number 28, Choo Choo. We've got the Runaway Mine Train, one of Alton Towers' first roller coasters at 32 years old and manufactured by Mack Rides. You might disagree at having the Runaway Mine Train so far up this list, but the ride operators really get into their job, and if you're really lucky, you might get to go one more time. Choo choo.
One more time. Choo-choo.
At number 27, we've got Roller Coaster at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. This scenic railway is 92 years old and manufactured by GmbH. It really is a classic. I've got a lot of childhood memories here. At number 26, we've got the Vampire. Located at Chessington World of Adventures, this roller coaster is 34 years old and manufactured by Aerodynamics. The Vampire is an absolute classic, one of my main childhood coasters, featuring great theming and an awesome soundtrack. Gotta love the Vampire. At number 25, we've got Galactica. Located at Alton Towers, this flying coaster is 22 years old and manufactured by B&M. Formerly known as Air and rethemed to Galactica, they added VR goggles, but it just did not work. It's definitely due a retheme, especially with the area that it's in, but that being said, it's still the best flying coaster in the UK. At number 24, we've got Dragon's Fury. Located at Chessington World of Adventures, this spinner is 20 years old and created by Mora Rides. This really is the best spinner in the UK with such a long layout, and if you're lucky to have no one else sitting on the back, you can get a really good spin. At number 23, we've got 13. Located at Alton Towers, this drop coaster is 14 years old and manufactured by Intamin. The concept and theming of this drop coaster is absolutely brilliant. It's just a shame that they went for more of a family route with it, because if they went for a thrill coaster with this sort of layout, it would have been absolutely brilliant. At number 22, we got Storm Chaser. Located at Poulton's Park, this Max spinner is only 3 years old. Y'all want to head down to Tornado Springs? It's probably the best themed area in the whole of the UK. Gotta love a good old ride on the good old Storm Chaser. At number 21, we've got Kumali. Located at Flamingo Land, this Vekoma SLC is 18 years old. I know what you're thinking, how did a Vekoma SLC get on this list with such a bad reputation? But we have to say, this is definitely one of the smoothest ones we've been on so far. At number 20, heading back to Tornado Springs, we got Cyclonator. Are you ready to experience the eye of a cyclone? This gyro swing is 3 years old and manufactured by Zamperla. Now you might think it's a little bit high on this list, but it's a great area with great theming, and the ride has got a lot of forces. At number 19, we've got Samurai. Located at Fort Park, this top scan is 25 years old and manufactured by Mondial Rides. Samurai was originally installed in 1999 at Chessington World of Adventures, but was transferred to Fort Park because it's more of a thrill park. Gotta love a ride on good old Samurai. At number 18, we've got Oblivion. Located at Alton Towers, this dive coaster is 26 years old and manufactured by B&M. It might just be a B&M dive coaster with a standard layout, but it's got an awesome soundtrack and it's the only one in the UK.
This ride is perfectly safe. Everything has been designed for your comfort and enjoyment. Get real! This is the world's first vertical drop roller coaster! Free fall! Straight down!
At number 17, we've got the Grand National. Located at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, this dueling wooden coaster is 89 years old and originally designed by Charles Page. The Grand National has a lot of history and is one of only 2 remaining wooden Mobius loop coasters in the whole world. Sometimes you can get an absolutely amazing ride on it, and other times it can be extremely rough. At number 16, we've got Saw. Located at Fort Park, this Gerstlauer Eurofighter is 15 years old. When Saw the ride first opened, it was the world's first horror-themed roller coaster, offering some awesome theming. At number 15, we've got Odyssey. Located at Fantasy Island, this suspended looping coaster is 22 years old and manufactured by Vekoma. Another Vekoma SLC on the list? Really? This isn't the standard copy and pasted Vekoma SLC, this is a custom layout. Yes, it is rough, but it's extremely worth it. In my opinion, this is the best Vekoma SLC in the world. At number 14, we've got Speed. Located at Oakwood Theme Park, this Eurofighter is 18 years old and created by Gerstlauer. When it first opened, Speed had the steepest drop in the world, and what it might lack in theming, unlike Saw the Ride at Fort Park, Speed definitely makes up for it in intensity. Going into an airtime hill straight after the drop, it can be a little bit rough and clunky, but it's definitely worth a ride. At number 13, we've got Mandrill Mayhem. Located at Chessington World of Adventures, this shuttle coaster isn't even a year old yet. Manufactured by B&M, this roller coaster was Chessington World of Adventures' first inversion. At a family park like this, it's very unique, very heavily themed, so we had to include it on the list, not to be missed.
One question for you.
Go for it.
Mandrill Mayhem, does it beat the Swarm?
At number 12, we've got Nemesis Inferno. Located at Fort Park, this inverted coaster is 21 years old and manufactured by B&M. Offering a great soundtrack and some great theming, this B&M inverted coaster is absolutely brilliant. But unfortunately, it's not the best inverted coaster in the UK, and it can sometimes leave you coming off with a really bad headache. At number 11, we've got the big one. Located at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, this roller coaster is 30 years old and manufactured by Aerodynamics. The big one has held the UK's tallest roller coaster record for 30 years, but it has just been beaten. The big one's a lot of fun, it's absolutely terrifying being so high next to the sea. Getting on this roller coaster when it's actually open is always a treat, but unfortunately with its recent retrack, it's starting to get quite rough and it just feels like a speedy monorail. We have now made it to the top 10. The top 10 best roller coasters in the UK. Have I missed any so far? Do you know which coasters are going to be in the top 10? Have you got any guesses as to which coaster is going to be number 1 in the UK? Let's find out. If you've enjoyed the video so far, guys, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really does help us continue to make this content. Let's go. At number 10, we've got Sick. Located at Flamingo Land, this coaster is pretty new, only about 1 year old, and manufactured by Intamin. Now, Sick is pretty much an exact clone of Colossus at Fort Park, but there's one massive difference. It includes lap bars, doesn't hurt your head, and is pretty comfortable unless you go on it more than 3 times. The theming isn't overly great, but it's a very fun attraction.
Oh, I can't see, I can't see.
At number 9, we've got the Wicker Man. Located at Alton Towers, this wooden coaster is 6 years old and manufactured by Great Coasters International. This is probably one of the best themed roller coasters in the UK and probably one of the best themed wooden coasters in the world. So we definitely had to include good old Wicker Man on the list. At number 8, we've got the Swarm. Located at Fort Park, this wing coaster is 12 years old and manufactured by B&M. The whole area for the Swarm is heavily themed, has awesome music, and this is probably one of the smoothest coasters in the UK, if not the world. At number 7, we've got Stealth. Located at Fort Park, this launch coaster is 18 years old and manufactured by Intamin. Stealth is the third fastest accelerator in the world at 0 to 80 in 1.9 seconds. Stealth is the only one of its kind in the UK with a nice little bit of light theming. If you're lucky enough to get a ride on the front row, you'll see why we've got it on this list. At number 6, we've got Megaphobia. Located at Oakwood in Wales, this wooden coaster is 28 years old and manufactured by CCI. This wooden coaster has absolutely terrible theming, but it makes up for it in probably having the most airtime in the UK. Megaphobia recently had parts of it retracked. They made the drop a little bit steeper, and I can very easily say this is the best wooden coaster in the UK. At number 5, we've got Icon. Located at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, this coaster is 6 years old and manufactured by Mack Rides. A controversial coaster because a lot of people will say it's the best in the UK. At number 4, we've got Nemesis. Located at Alton Towers, this B&M inverted coaster is 30 years old. Recently rethemed and retracked, Nemesis is back and better than ever. This really is one of the best B&M inverts in the world. At number 3, we've got Valhalla. Located at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, this water ride is 24 years old and manufactured by Intamin. This is the best water ride in the world, one of the longest dark rides in the world. I am obsessed with this attraction. I know it's not a roller coaster, but I just couldn't leave it off of the list. At number 2, not even open yet, opening in the next couple of months, we've got Hyperia. Located at Fort Park and manufactured by Mack Rides, this new roller coaster is absolutely smashing UK records. Featuring one of the tallest inversions in Europe, this coaster does not belong in the UK. It's the UK's new tallest, it's the UK's new fastest, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Bring on Hyperia. I really cannot wait for this roller coaster to open. Being the 4th Mack hypercoaster in the whole world, there is no doubt in my mind that this is going to be one of the best roller coasters in the UK. But I'm still skeptical. There's still one very unique attraction which I don't think Hyperia is going to be able to beat. Absolutely love it. At number 1, we've got the Smiler. Located at Alton Towers, this Gerschlauer Infinity Coaster is 11 years old. The Smiler is very controversial. Some love it, some think it's rough, but being the record holder in the world for inversions and having a very dark theme, it was easily placed at the top of this list. I really hope you enjoyed the video, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. See you next time. If you enjoyed the video, guys, hitting that subscribe button really does help us out, and don't worry, it's not the end, there's more videos here.